Look at this. Look at it. Does this make you want to see this film? If you said yes, the fuck is wrong with you? What the hell is it with modern movie posters? Now look, bad posters are nothing particularly new, not when these atrocities exist, but there's something about posters for modern Hollywood films that have grown an entire language of cliches of their own, separate from the films they're promoting. So I thought we'd have a dive into the world of movie posters, some of the worst cliches prevalent in modern graphic design. And yes, I know this isn't a problem exclusive to film posters, or even to official posters, but since films are basically all that keep me from suicide and I feel bad picking on independent artists, we're going to focus purely on big budget posters because, really, they're the ones with the budget to actually hire graphic designers. It's all very well slagging off direct-to-DVD schlock, and I may do a follow-up focusing on terrible low-budget posters in the future, but I think it's the big boys who deserve a nice big shit taken on their fuck-ugly posters. And yeah, I guess we'll have a look at a good one too. First, let's go back to this Bad Moms poster. How long do you reckon it took them to make this? No, really, I'm taking bets. We thinking 10 minutes or just 5? I mean, come on, that's a fucking gradient background! They aren't even standing in front of anything, they're just in the endless void of nothingness. Do not stare into the Bad Moms poster, for the Bad Moms poster will stare back into you. This kind of let's just shove the famous people/person on there and call it a day design philosophy is one of the biggest banes of modern poster design. Vanilla Sky, The Reader, The Martian, Jason Bourne. The hell do these posters tell us about their respective films? That they star a famous person? I mean, okay, cool, but there's gotta be something more than that. Christ, this one doesn't even have a tagline! Unless you count the from the writers of, which you shouldn't. If you're gonna Photoshop a bunch of people together just standing there, at least come up with a slogan to tell us anything about the film. Also, this is a nitpick, admittedly, but it's a total pet peeve when the actors are evenly placed across the poster and the names don't match up with the positioning. That's bad enough, but even worse when the order they're building isn't the same as the order they're standing in. Just why? It's so damn easy to fix and just... why wouldn't you make the placing match up? Just... Alright, look at this next one for Fantastic Four 2015. Sorry, Fant Four Stick. Anyway, first thing, there we go. Much better. Next time, tell the cameraman to not go out on a bender the night before the photo shoot so he doesn't fucking fall asleep when they're taking the goddamn photo. Second thing, why the hell is the city being destroyed? Can someone point to the part in Fantastic Four... Can someone point me to the part in Fant Four Stick when comets rain from the fucking sky and they're standing in the rubble of a city? I wouldn't mind so much, but it's on every single iteration of the poster. It's like they really, really wanted to trick people into thinking there was some city destruction, so audiences would maintain their Marvel third act infrastructure hate boners. Fuck you, infrastructure. You and your damn roads and buildings and windows, thinking you're so great. Well, you're not. You know it's sci-fi as well because lens flare! Also, Kate, honey, are you sure that's the direction you want to walk in? Like, all your mates are walking towards us. I think you're gonna bump into him. She's looking straight at him too, with a glazed yet slightly perplexed facial expression, perhaps just now realizing that she's going to crash head-on into her friend, and also that she's starring in Fant Four Stick. Moving on, here's a poster for oh my fucking Jesus! Are you seeing this shit? Do I even have to explain why this looks atrocious? Why is everything so decentralized? Why does he seem to be a stylized cutout on his body but just in shadow on the wheels? And why the hell is his younger self's face plastered on his body? Like, no, I can't do it. I can't think of a fucking comparison. I fucking quit. The worst thing about this, okay, not the worst thing, but a bad thing is that it isn't even the only one. Apparently they saw this design and thought it was so good that they needed to make it a fucking set. This one isn't quite so bad because it's at least somewhat more centralized and he's just a straight up cutout rather than a bizarre hybrid, though that goodwill is kinda soured when you realise that this poster makes Magneto look like a Teletubby. Now here's the type of bad that makes me feel like I'm going insane. Like, no one seems to care about how fucking ridiculous this looks. Why is he standing inside a giant kaleidoscope? Is that his superpower? Is he king of the kaleidoscopes? You know what? That's my official replacement title for Doctor Strange. Marvel Studios presents the Kaleidoscope King. It's an alliteration and everything. Just say the word Marvel and you can have it for free. Okay, a small charge. Look, I'll admit, Rogue One looks pretty great. But damn, this poster, man! This isn't even cliched or anything, it's just garbage. Not only does the Death Star look distressingly close to the planet they're on, like, wasn't it just in the middle of space and supposed to be, like, really hard to find, but this has got to be the weakest looking battle in the history of film posters. This is supposed to be a high-stakes, high-scale adventure, and the skirmish they decided to portray on the poster is one between two teams of about 10 guys each, one of which is standing completely still and apparently failing to hit their enemies from about 10 feet away, the other of which appears to be enjoying a light jog on the beach while not firing any of the numerous weapons they're currently carrying. Hell, even this seems like a reluctant battle. The stormtroopers look like they're only fighting these guys because they accidentally set fire to their forest base. And that tagline too, a rebellion built on hope, with a blunt full stop at the end. Not only is the full stop a really weird choice to include, but what is that slogan supposed to inspire? I mean, yeah, I guess it's true, but it's hardly a statement worth rallying around. It feels like a Wikipedia description of the rebellion rather than something inspiring us to go see the actual film. It sucks because the fan-made posters of Rogue One seem to have a much better idea of how to advertise the film than the official one does. I mean, look at this, it's fucking beautiful. That's a poster that makes you want to see a film, not this fucking drab nonsense. Is a palm tree-laden beach really the setting we associate with Star Wars? Like, this poster conjures up colour, and action, and vibrancy, and this one conjures thoughts of a packaged timeshare holiday to Miami. This one... Why? Why? Okay, let's have a look at an example of a good modern film poster, because there are some great ones. Like this one, for As Above, So Below. I'll be honest, I always go to this one to showcase great graphic design, no matter your subject matter. Here was a low-budget, found-footage film set in the Paris catacombs that no one gave a shit about, and the graphic design team said, okay, well, let's just take the idea of the catacombs and make it a perfectly constructed series of elements and placing, from the way the skulls curve upwards and branch out as they move further towards the camera, giving a tunnel vision POV, while the most iconic symbol of Paris points down with the skyline placed under the skulls also pointing down, perfectly symbolizing the setting while also giving a sense of unease and letting you know this isn't safe or anything you know, while at the same time conditioning the viewer's eyes to go downwards towards the title, which instantly passed the bland of the film in their minds. Also pick the perfect shade of blood red to backdrop the dread and horror of this version of Paris we're afraid of and don't know. You know, a break for lunch. Yeah, more like this, please. Less like this shit. You can do so much with a movie poster. It's the first thing a lot of people see about your movie, before a trailer, before even a screenshot, and certainly before a review. It's your first impression. So when your first impression is a bunch of gormless fucks standing around doing massive amounts of nothing, forgive me if the impression I get of your film is that it's fucking boring. Or when all you show me is a celebrity's face, I'm gonna think that's all you have to offer. Tell me something about the tone of the film, the plot, the characters, what I'm gonna get out of it, and why I should give my money towards it. Movie posters are just as much of an art as making the movie itself, so quit half-arsing it! Still excited for the Kaleidoscope King, though.